Hey y'all, so here we have the Ring Doorbell Pro 2. Brand new. I did already cut that piece of tape so it'll be easier to open. Let's take a look. So first we'll take this section out. So we have the actual doorbell. Here's the rest of it. And here's the mount. If you're mounting this on the side and you want it to face the street, this is what you'll put on. We've got the screwdriver here. Free sticker. Anchors and screws. And some more cables as well as some wire nuts. And some more screws here. And then real small screws. Here's everything that came in the box. So here's the setup guide. Which tells you everything that's included. Mounting screws, anchors, security screws, short mounting screws, wire nuts, wire extenders, and Alt Pro Power Kit cables. Download the app, set up the doorbell, and then we get into the actual steps. First, turn off the breaker, then grab the Pro Power Kit. I've installed a few Ring devices, and I haven't actually seen one with this Pro Power Kit, so I'm going to read through what it is. After reading through this a little more, the Pro Power Kit actually gets installed onto the bell of the doorbell, not on the actual Ring device. While we're here, I'm going to actually take off the faceplate. And I believe it just pops off. There we go. So you want to press on the black part, and this just pops right off. And we'll take off the plastic. There we go. Here's the faceplate, just a piece of plastic with a screw hole and vent. And we can also take this off. There we go. Like we saw in the instructions, no matter how we mount it, we'll put the screws through the top and bottom. So if we were using this corner mount, we again would first mount this onto the wall, put the wires through, and then we'd connect the camera with the wires, and then we have the screws that would go connect the camera to the mount at the top and bottom, there and there. And then we'll just put the faceplate back on. And that's it. So let's go outside and install. Okay, here's the existing camera. So we'll start by unscrewing the security screw down at the bottom here. Now that it's unscrewed, this just pops right off. There we go. And these actually have a battery for backup, but this is hardwired in, so we can take out the battery. There are 4 screws that we will take out. And here we are taking out the last screw. That's all there is behind there. Cobweb and 2 wires. So you want to make sure that the wires do not fall back into the wall. That would be very difficult to get back out. I'm not using the corner mount, but if I were, all I would do is put the wires through And this actually already had a doorbell before that one I just took off. So we could use one of those blue holes, or we can use the white holes, one of the white holes. Either way, we'd have to drill a new hole. So since we're using existing holes, we would just use the top and then mark the bottom. But if we didn't have any holes at all, and this is brand new, we would mark where we want it with these bigger middle holes here. Okay, since we have 6 holes here, none of them are gonna line up. So what I think I'll do is cover 4 of the 6 holes, drill the 2 new holes at the top and bottom, and then I'll just need to patch the other 2 holes that won't be covered. So before I mark the hole locations, I just got a little level. I'll make sure it's level, mark the 2 holes, and drill. Got our 2 holes marked, here and here. And going by the instructions, we use a 1/4 inch masonry bit. We've got the 1/4 inch masonry bit on. Here's the anchors, so we know we only need to go that depth at most. And the holes are drilled, so let's push in those anchors. Might need to go get a mallet. We've got our 2 anchors in. There we go, holes line up. So now we'll connect the wires, and it doesn't matter which wire goes on which screw. So we'll actually look at what's in bag D. I don't think there's space, and what's existing is just fine. So all we would do is take off the end pieces from these, use a wire nut to attach these to the existing wires, and we would just slip this onto the screw, loosen up the screw, and this would just slide under. But what we have is just fine, and we'll loop them around those screws just like the other doorbell was. So we just attached the wires to the screws, and this turned on and made a very loud noise. So I'll screw this onto the wall using the 2 long screws, putting them into the anchors. Here's our doorbell screwed in, and we'll pop the faceplate on right after I scan this and go through the setup process. Now the last thing we'll do is pop on the faceplate and then install the screws from bag B down at the bottom. There you have it. That's the setup of the Ring Doorbell Pro 2. Leave any comments or questions below.